Hey guys, Explore 101 here. And first off, I want to thank you for checking out the video. Second off, you might be wondering why I'm in this location. Well, if you are interested in cheap alternatives to backpacking, camping, hiking, or bug out scenarios, you might want to watch this video. Something you might never have thought about, I'm going to talk about today. So, thanks a lot guys, and hope you enjoy. Okay guys, so the reason why we're in this location is because we're by my washing machine, and yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, right? But today I was at my local thrift store and I stumbled across something I never really thought about before. You know, you can get cheap camping and hiking bushcraft gear at your local thrift store. And when you go into your local thrift store, you want to be looking for quality names for quality products. So LL Bean, Columbia, Patagonia, all those things are great things. So that's the first thing you want to look for while looking for gear while hiking or backpacking, is those quality names, and that's what I always go by. So today while I was at my local thrift shop, I found an Osprey backpack. So yeah, definitely quality. Sorry for the banging and clacking. I'm on my washing machine. There's a reason why we're here right now, is because I plan on washing this thing up. It's kind of dirty, dingy. I couldn't resist it. $5. So this is a Osprey Momentum. Don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a Momentum 34. So 34 liter Osprey backpack, $5 at my local thrift store. The only thing I'm not happy with, and that's the color. It's kind of a banana yellow. And the type of camping and hiking I do, I want to be stealthy. I do a lot of stealth camping, and this is not going to blend into my environment very well. So that's what we're fixing. Hopefully, never done it before, but we're going to find out. Quality gear at your local thrift store. Go in. If you don't need anything brand new, which you do not need anything brand new, you can get started on backpacking, hiking. I mean, I'm rough on my gear, so I don't want to spend a lot of money if I can help it anyway. Yes, I do have materials that are expensive that I know that are bomb-proof, that I know I'm not going to break, but my backpacks I go through like crazy because I'm tough on them. I'm hard with them. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to spray this up. One thing you want to make sure when you're looking for a backpack is you want to make sure all the clips work. There's no cuts or abrasions in your straps, especially your load-bearing straps. You want to make sure there's no cuts or abrasions in your load-bearing straps. I've checked this bag out. All the zippers work. That's another thing you want to look for. You want to make sure there's no cuts or abrasions in any straps. All the zippers work. There's no holes in the pockets or anything like that. And there's not in this particular bag. So let's get rid of this nasty color, hopefully. I'm going to throw this in the washing machine and see if I can change this up a little bit so I'm more neutral in my environment, in my natural surroundings. So I'm going to spray the hell out of it with some cleaner. And I'm going to do a hot water wash. And you see what it looks like now. Hopefully, after I'm done, it's going to look a little better, and it's going to fit into my natural surroundings better than this banana yellow, or slug poop yellow, as I call it. So, alright, so I'm going to chuck this in the washing machine, do a hot wash, and a heavy-duty thorough cleaning. Use some crazy spray on it. Maybe we'll clean this up a little bit. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm just spraying all the heavy soiled areas, getting really good. I'm going to let this soak for about 10-15 minutes, all the heavy soiled areas with the spray, and hopefully get most of this dirt and grime out of here. But no, this backpack's in really good condition other than the dirt and grime, which is expected on a backpack. That means it's well used. I'm going to let that sit after I spray it all down in the washing machine. Remember, we're going to do a hot water wash, not a lot of water, because I want the soap to be concentrated within that water. And we're going to put that in the washing machine and let it sit. We're going to put it on a heavy cycle. Lots of soap. Hi, honey. That's my daughter over there. Sorry. Hey, baby. She loves camping, hiking, and being outside, too, so she's interested in seeing what Dad's doing. Alright guys, so I got the hot water going in here. I'm going to add some borax. I did a cup and a half of laundry detergent. I mean, I really want to get this thing clean if I can help it. So I'm going to let it soak, heavy cycle, hot water, and a lot of detergent, so let's see if we can get this thing clean, right? Oh, it stopped. Ew, dirty. Alright guys, so I just pulled the yellow backpack out of the wash machine. A couple heavy duty rinse cycles. It looks a little better. There's still definitely some stains, but that's okay. So here comes the hard part. So this is what I've never done before, and I'm going to trial and error here. So I got some RIT synthetic chocolate brown fabric dye, which should be a little more color neutral in the woods. So what you're supposed to do is put the fabric into almost boiling water. Problem is, this backpack will not fit into this stock pot that I have. So I want to take some boiling water, take the boiling water, put it into a 5-gallon pail, and let it sit for probably about an hour. So it says on the directions here that half of this bottle is good for a pound of fabric. Well, this backpack weighs in at almost 2 pounds exactly, so we'll see. We're going to do a whole bottle here. So this bottle was $4.99, so $5. So far I've got $10 into this backpack. So $5 for the backpack, $5 for this, so total of $10. So honestly, if I mess it up and trial and error type deal, I'm not going to be really that upset if it doesn't come out alright. I'm just trying to break up this yellow color anyway, so we'll see what happens. So now I got the pot of water going on the stove. We're going to get that to about a boil, and then we'll add the backpack to the bucket and the dye, give it a little stir, and see what happens. Alright guys, so I decided to add 2 bottles of this RIT dye, just because I know that I'm not going to be able to keep it at almost a rolling boil, or almost a boil, for 60 minutes, because I have to transfer this into a bucket. So I figure more dye, little less heat. Hopefully that should even out. I don't know, maybe not, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to add another bottle of this, so we're at a total of another $5, so we're at a total of $15 to hopefully get our backpack more neutral colored for the outside experience. So we'll try that. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, don't know. Alright guys, when you got your RIT dye, you want to make sure that you shake it like it's the end of the world. Shake it like you know you're gonna die. Shake it! Don't be scared. Alright, yeah, there's a little underlying joke there. Die. Die more. That's creepy. Die more? Is this like subliminal messages in RIT dye? Okay, so I got my pot of boiling water here. I decided to add the RIT dye to the boiling water because, hey, whatever, we need a new pot anyway. So that goes in, witch's brew. I'm sure the steam's really good for me with all this chemical additive in it. Kids are being crazy inside. Gonna add both the brown RIT dye, and then we're going to stir it. Oh my god. That's not that bad. So we're going to mix up the dye in the pot, and then we're going to add it to the bucket that I covered with the old jacket. Try to retain the heat. So mix that up really good, and I'll get back to you when I add that to the bucket. Okay, so I have the RIT dye added to the backpack. Been poking it with a little pokey stick. Trying to get it all in there. Problem is it wants to float to the top because of the back panel is foam. So I'm thinking maybe get a some sort of cinder block or some sort of blocks maybe to hold it down. Keep it submerged. And I'm going to put the top on it, keep the heat in, and let it soak. See how she does. I found this here 25-pound weight. That should be good. And submerge. Oh yeah. Perfect. Okay, so it's been an hour, and I'm putting this back in the washing machine. Gonna do a cold rinse and then a hot rinse. Oh, it's steaming up the camera. The heat coming off the bag. So it's been in there for an hour. We'll see what happens. There's definitely a lot of dye coming off in the water, so I hope it sticks to the actual bag itself. You see the water, it's like black. I used 2 things of RIT dye, so I just wanted to make sure it kind of took to the nylon. Alright, so the first rinse cycle is done. Okay, so that's definitely browner, but everything's darker when it's wet. So we're going to take this and throw it in the dryer on low heat and try drying this thing out and see what she looks like after we dry it. Okay guys, so I dried the backpack, ended up doing a rinse, and this is what it came out as. It actually came out really cool. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it kind of came out like a brown camo pattern almost. Didn't plan that, just kind of happened. It was my first time using that RIT dye, and this thing looks awesome now in my opinion. Definitely be better for natural surroundings. Even dyed the straps. The straps were yellow. Did them all brown. Did everything. It even did the rubber piece right here, which is awesome. So yeah, so I took a $10 or $5 backpack, end up using $10 worth of RIT dye on it, the synthetic dye, and now I definitely have a backpack that's blends in with my natural surroundings a little better. So it just goes to show you, you go to a thrift store and you can find some good stuff. You might have to do a little DIY to it, but it can be done to fit your needs. So now I have a really nice backpack. I think I got a total of $15 in it. So yeah, it was my first time using that, and just goes to show you, you can save some money if you wanna do some DIY stuff.